Mendoza, and I'm talking to the camera. This is my girlfriend's mother, and we arrived with the family in Mendoza, the wine area of Argentina. Yeah, we're looking for a spot now to have a nice dinner. There's my girlfriend, and yeah, to have a nice dinner. We are really looking forward to our stay because yeah, of course it's well known for the wine, but we're also going to see a lot more and do a lot of things. Now, the wine which is most famous in this area is the Malbec wine, and Malbec is originally a grape from France, but it came here, and because of the nice sun, because Argentina has a lot of sun and fresh water from the Andes, the wine is very unique in its taste. So it's worldwide known, and actually, to be honest, it's my favorite wine. Now, I have to be a bit careful with, because I'm walking in an area with restaurants and they usually put music, and since you all know I cannot film with music in the background because of the rights of the song, of the artist. I will show you now around. Front is my girlfriend's family. They drove all the way from their town, which was like a 7-hour ride, to Mendoza, and here we are.
This can be an option.
Oh yeah. It's a really nice street. There's some trees, and under the trees a lot of restaurants. There's a lot, seems to be a lot of choices. Now we'll have to see what we like most. The guys outside are constantly bothering us, trying to lure us in their restaurant, and yeah, usually we don't like that. So they're watching some football game here. But no, usually we prefer to choose our own spot. I'm not a big fan of when they do that, because I always have the feeling that they get a commission, right? So for some reason you have to pay for them getting you in, and that's something I do not like. We just had a nice dinner. Now walking a bit further through the street, but yeah, we wanted to look at the park, but the park is closed, I think, and it's very dark. So we'll come back another time during the day. We'll take it easy now, and probably go back and relax. Today we go to Termen Cacheta, which is up in the mountain. It's like a healthy spa area where you can spend the day. So we bought empanadas, we bought some food, drinks with us, and the water there in the bathing has minerals, so healthy minerals, so it's going to be a very relaxing day. And I'll try to film as much as possible. I'm not sure if I can film the inside since it's all water area, but I'll do my best to show you the environment. Our journey starts in Luján de Cuyo, the heart of Argentina's Malbec wine. This place is famous for its vineyards, and some of which have been here for over a century. The combination of high altitude, dry climate and pure Andean water from the mountains makes Mendoza's wines some of the best in the world. But today we're not stopping for a glass, we are heading towards the mountains, chasing a different kind of adventure. Leaving Luján de Cuyo behind, the road starts to change. The vineyards give way to rolling hills, and soon we are surrounded by towering mountains. We are following Route 82, a scenic road that winds alongside the Mendoza River. This river is fed by melting glaciers of the Andes, and its rushing waters have shaped this landscape for millions of years. The drive itself feels like something out of a movie. Steep cliffs on one side, a deep valley on the other, and a road that twists and turns through the rugged terrain. It's one of those drives where you want to roll down the windows, let the wind in and just enjoy the ride. And we arrived. Just parked the car. Now walking to the entrance. Now before arriving to Cachueta Thermes, as you can see, they made us walk through a street with a lot of shops. Like they would sell all kinds of things, like all kinds of things, touristic things, and yeah, it's nice. But of course its most important purpose is for the tourism. While crossing through the street, walking through the street, we would arrive at the entrance. Thankfully we had already a reservation, so for us it was very easy. We could just got our tickets and get in the thermes. After a beautiful drive, we arrive at Cachueta, a tiny mountain village known for its natural hot springs. These thermal waters come from deep underground, heated by the volcanic activity of the Andes. The minerals in the water, like sulfur and magnesium, are said to help with everything from stress relief to skin health. The pools are built into the natural rock, making it feel like you're bathing in a secret mountain oasis. And the best part? The view. Imagine soaking in warm water while looking out at towering peaks and listening to the sound of the river below. It's nature's own spa, and it's been attracting visitors for generations. After relaxing in the thermal baths, we hit the road again, continuing deeper into the mountains. The landscape shifts once more this time, the valley widens and the colors of the rocks change from deep reds to bright oranges and yellows. Next to the river you can see the green trees growing because of the water from the river. The mountains are millions of years old, shaped by the same forces that created the Andes. It's humbling to think about how small we are compared to this massive ancient landscape. Then, just as we think we've seen it all, we reach Potrerillo Dam. The first thing that hits you is the color of the water, a deep, almost surreal turquoise reflecting the sky. This artificial lake was created in 2001 to regulate the Mendoza River and provide water for the vineyards and towns below. But today it's also paradise for outdoor lovers with kayaking, fishing and even windsurfing. Surrounded by the mountains, it's the perfect place to take a break, snap some photos or just sit back and enjoy the peacefulness of nature. It's amazing how in just one day we've gone from vineyards to hot springs to this breathtaking alpine lake. One of the most fascinating parts of this drive is the old railway tracks you can sometimes spot alongside the road. These tracks belong to the Transandine Railway, a historic train route that once connected Argentina and Chile through the Andes. Though the train no longer runs, you can still see the remnants of old tunnels and bridges along the way. While driving deeper and higher into the mountains, the road twists through rugged terrain and we're heading towards one of the most unique natural wonders in the Andes, Puente del Inca. This incredible bridge wasn't built by humans, but by nature itself. Over thousands of years, hot springs rich in minerals have carved out this stunning orange and yellow structure, creating a natural arc over the rushing river below. Legend has it that the Incas believed these waters had magical healing powers. Some say when an Incan prince was ill, his warriors formed a human bridge for him to cross. But when he stepped onto the other side, they were turned to stone, becoming part of the very land they had crossed. Today, Puente del Inca remains a testament to the power of nature and a place where history and legend still echo in the mountains. We continue our journey, heading further up into the Andes, almost to the border with Chile. The road climbs higher and from here we catch a glimpse of Aconcagua, the highest peak in South America, towering at nearly 7,000 meters. It's a sight that reminds you just how small we are against the vastness of these mountains. We are now in Park San Martin and this park is actually even bigger than New York Central Park, so you can imagine how large it is, just showing around a bit. The name San Martin, you'll see it in Argentina a lot. It's because he was the general that helped liberating Argentina and also other countries from the Spanish jurisdiction, the Spanish rule. Mendoza was founded around 1561 and in that time it was actually still part of Chile, which was at that time still under rule of Spain. But in 1778 I think Spain wanted this part to belong to I don't know, at that time it was named not Argentina but differently, but the side of what is now called Argentina, so it's more easy to reach Buenos Aires. And that's actually why it became part of Argentina, because the Andes mountains were an obstacle for it to belong to the current country, Chile. And it's actually a funny story because there's a lot of countries that always have kind of a beef, but there's a special beef between Argentina and Chile because of the fact that San Martin helped liberating Chile from Spanish rule. They went over the mountains, through the Andes mountains, and helped liberating Chile and Peru from the Spanish rule. So if Argentina did not help them, they would have still been part of Spain. And when the war started between Argentina and England, about the Falkland Islands, the Islas Maravillas, Chile actually betrayed Argentina at that time by helping England for providing with stuff that they needed for the war. So you can understand that there's a special tension between the two countries, and in my opinion for a very valid reason, because yeah, if you help someone and the other person betrays you, then instead of a friendship you become kind of like enemies. Now of course this tension is not a personal tension, but more a tension related to the country. Big fountain, and what you can see is that Mendoza is quite green, and it's very weird because it's in a very extremely dry province, but they built a special irrigation system which leads the water from the Andes mountains through the city, and that's also what's necessary of course for the wines. Yeah, that's why it's basically so green everywhere. There's a lot of trees. Now we find ourselves in the heart of Mendoza, strolling through the beautiful Parque San Martin. This park is a true gem, stretching over 400 hectares, and it's one of the largest urban green spaces in Argentina. It was designed in the early 1900s by the famous landscape architect Carlos Thays, who also created the famous Bosque de Palermo in Buenos Aires. Here you'll find everything from serene lakes to tree-lined paths, open fields, and even a rose garden that blooms with hundreds of varieties of flowers. The park itself feels like an escape from the city, a peaceful haven where locals come to jog, relax, or enjoy a sunny afternoon. It's a perfect blend of history, nature, and the spirit of Mendoza.
Está pesado, che. Le cuesta.
Acá tiene otro, como unas chauchas. Tienen semitas. Hay dos, mira.
Volando como.
La otra está arriba también.
With the irrigation system, you have these little canals, and even with these things to regulate the water on the other side. Basically a bit that we have in the Netherlands, but then on large scale, because otherwise my country would not exist. They have it here in their own way, but this is the reason why it's green everywhere. I think this is a statue. Let me see, I don't know what kind of statue that is. What does it say? Who is it? Have to watch out that I do not step in the water. Jesus, it's wet everywhere. Ay, Dios mío. Gobierno y Pueblo of Tucumán.
Águila humana que sin fuerza y sin alas, a golpe de corazón, dominó el espacio y murió venciendo. Homenaje al gobierno del pueblo de Tucumán.
Can you look on the map? I don't know, maybe someone that helped.
Oh yeah, sorry. your phone. I was trying to open it with my finger.
Yeah. What you see here is a memoriam, like memory of all the soldiers that fought and went over the Andes to free the country. All in memory of the José de San Martín. As we walk, we come across the Monumento al Ejército de los Andes, a stunning monument dedicated to General José de San Martín, one of Argentina's founding fathers. This monument marks an important part of the history, the place where San Martín and his army began their journey across the Andes to liberate Chile and Peru from Spanish rule. You can see that it's about the army that crossed the Andes. Army of San Martín to free the countries from Spanish rule. You see, I think they're preparing war material.
Yeah. Actually, maybe it represents like kind of like slavery or like submission, because technically he made Argentina, Chile, and Peru free.
Ah, yes.
From the Spanish.
And this portrays what it.
I think it must portray, yeah, like what people were. Because then, if you walk through here, it goes from this. Perhaps, maybe I'm wrong, right? But
hermano.
Could be. You can see like a Roman theater. Of course it's rebuilt, so it's not ancient, but it's quite cool. Yeah, the trees block the view a bit, otherwise I would be able to show the view. So here it explains a bit, but all around it is basically all about the army going through the Andes to liberate Chile, Peru from Spanish rule. So what we saw was not specifically slavery, more preparation of weapons, stuff like that, everything related for the war. Winery Santa Julia. Hola.
sí, parece que no te costó mucho, quería decir abajo. La visita ya comenzó, lo vamos a hacer en sus minutos, ¿sí?
Here is wine stored.
Yo soy Fabián.
Ah, ¿vos sos Fabián? No, es que saben que como no, han puesto un número de teléfono, nos salen que son de Holanda, chicos.
Ah, sí.
Sí.
Te ha quedado un poco bajo el viñedo, me parece.
A mí me sobra.
El recorrido que vamos a hacer por acá por la bodega, ¿sí? Es un recorrido que comienza en el viñedo porque nos interesa que puedan conocer la planta. No sé si ustedes han estado en otra bodega antes.
No.
¿No? ¿Sí por acá? Sí, bien acá. ¿Por acá estrenando bodegas? ¿Sí?
Sí.
Bien, bueno, miren chicos, cuando ustedes sigan visitando bodegas, ustedes que ya han estado lo van a notar más rápido. Y si le han estado prestando atención al camino mientras venían hacia Santa Julia, van a notar que la planta que nosotros tenemos es muy alta. ¿Sí?
Sí.
Las plantas suelen ser chiquititas, tienen entre 50 a 60 centímetros aproximadamente de altura. Se llama espaldero bajo la planta pequeñita, ¿sí? Es una plantita que crece hasta los 60 centímetros y empieza a crecer de esta manera, ¿sí? Nosotros en Santa Julia tenemos un parral, es una planta que tiene aproximadamente 2 metros de altura, 2 metros 10 en algunos sectores, ¿sí? Y que forma este colchón foliar que protege no solamente al racimo, que es lo que está colgando sobre nuestra cabeza, sino también a las personas que se van a parar acá cada vendimia a recolectar todo esto de manera manual, ¿sí? La planta es muy alta para poder tener una cosecha mecánica, chicos, así que vamos a recolectar todo manualmente. Las 175 hectáreas que tiene la finca se recolectan manualmente. ¿Bien? Es un poquito grande la finca, sí, sabemos, ¿sí? Pero todo se hace manual en este caso para cuidar también la integridad del fruto. El recolector es el primer control de calidad que tenemos, no el único, el primero, porque ya desde acá, desde la planta, decide qué cortar y qué dejar en el viñedo. Van a notar que hay algunos racimos que tienen algunas uvitas que están marrones, ¿sí? Eso es porque la fruta no eclosionó correctamente, no enveró correctamente y no nos sirve, así que la dejan acá en el viñedo y listo, ¿sí? La máquina no distingue, la máquina pasa y agarra todo, ¿sí?
Claro.
Bien, ¿tienen alguna duda? Pregunta.
¿Cuánta gente tienen trabajando para tantas hectáreas de...
Entre 400 y 500 personas durante la época de vendimia, que es lo que estamos transitando en este momento, ¿sí?
Did you get it? What you meant?
Estamos buscando, siempre,
Yeah.
chicos,
If
siempre.
you pay attention to the other vineyards, they have the
Bien,
wine.
acá
The
arriba
plant is
tienen
small.
torrontés, que es
They
nuestra
have
única variedad
2
nativa,
meters.
si quieren pueden
This-
comer, ¿sí? Adelante,
Ah.
You
comerla,
can take one
se
if you
puede
want to
comer.
try.
Cualquiera de la que vos quieras.
No agarres una marrón, obviamente.
No, está pellizcada.
But so they have, if you pay attention in the other wine areas, they have a small plants. And here in Santa Julia, what they do is use the ones parras, is called the ones that go 2 meters
Las
tall,
vamos a llevar
and they
al
do this
compost
like foliage
directamente.
kind of
Tenemos un
thing that
viñedo
protects
100% certificado
the-
como viñedo orgánico, por eso
Grapes.
se
The
puede
grapes
comer la
from
fruta
the sun.
directamente de la planta,
Ah.
¿sí? No tiene ningún tipo de químico,
It
de
doesn't have
ningún
any
tipo, ni
chemicals.
herbicida, ni plaguicida,
Ok.
ni insecticida, así que de
No
acá el
insecticides,
racimo que
no
nos sirve
plaguicides.
se va al compost con el que hacemos abono para fertilizar esta misma tierra, ¿sí? Le falta un poco. Bien, chicos, bueno, estamos en sala de fermentación, ¿sí? Este lugar es el lugar donde nosotros vamos a proceder a hacer
like the fermentation process. What they do is before this step, for the red wines,
Yeah.
they take the sticks out, the
Yeah.
little sticks out, because if you don't take the sticks out, the wine is going to taste like grass.
Oh.
And this they have red wine and they have white wine. For the white wine, they only take the juice out of the grape and not the skin. They don't process the skin. And that's because when you're creating white wine, you really want to have a really transparent wine. And then she proceeded to explain how they achieve through fermentation the stronger, more dry wines and the most sweetest wine. The ones that are drier, they make it stay in the barrels up to 20 days, and the sweeter wines only 5 to 7 days of conserving it. The shorter the time, the sweeter the wine it is.
Okay.
Con un vaso de vino y acá casi que no más.
Those things falling are the sticks from the grape.
Taking the sticks out.
Bien, vamos a comenzar con la degustación, si les parece, a lo que vinimos en realidad, ¿no es cierto?
Yo a lo que vine fue
A lo que
a lo que yo vine fue a esto.
Vamos entonces a probar 6 vinos el día de hoy. Yo sé que acá hay 3, no están viendo mal. Los otros 3 son vinos dulces y necesitan menos temperatura. Como yo voy a estar explicando los vinos, el vino se va a ir calentando con el tiempo. Para que eso no pase, primero con estos y luego ya vienen los dulces, ¿sí? Vamos a empezar esta degustación con 3 vinos secos. El primer vino seco que vamos a degustar se llama La Oveja, ¿sí? ¿Conocen a La Oveja? ¿No?
No.
¿No? La Oveja es parte de nuestra línea de vinos orgánicos y naturales. Es un vino que no tiene ningún tipo de aditivo, ¿sí? No tiene levadura, no tiene sulfitos, no se corrige y no se filtra. De hecho, lo que nosotros hacemos es dejarlo decantar por algunos días para que baje todo el sedimento y nosotros lo saquemos del tanque lo más limpio posible, ¿sí? Esto es una torrontés. Los que comenzaron conmigo en el viñedo, si se acuerdan, yo les decía que la torrontés es nuestra única uva nativa y le decimos la blanca mentirosa, ¿sí? Vamos a poner en práctica ese nombre, ¿bien? Yo les voy a servir el vino. Les voy a invitar a que a medida que voy sirviendo se acerquen, agarren su copita con vino, pero no lo beban todavía. Yo sé que es re difícil.
Don't drink it, don't drink it.
Es terrible, yo ya lo sé. Me han escuchado hablar 40 minutos. Les pido 2 minutitos más, ¿sí? Los que quieran se pueden ir acercando como buscan.
Today we decided to go to a museum. It's very close by. Casa de Vader. This was, I think, his house, and I don't know if it was his house, but here are his works. And later we'll go to an olive oil factory, basically, but the oldest and the best one in the world.
Se enamoraron, se casaron y supuestamente en esta sala, en este comedor, fue la ceremonia de bodas, ¿sí? Es como un mito, no se sabe, ¿sí? Ya que tenemos todos miraron hacia arriba. Este tragaluz, para ustedes, ¿es original de la casa? Entonces orienta la película de terror, porque abajo hay un tipo de suelo que se llama suelo frontal. Aparte que la madera de la textura, de la como se pone el frío, calor, todo eso produce estos sonidos como vibratura. Pero en realidad es por el de la casa. Ahora sí, hablando un poquito del de arte, construir esta piscina adentro, porque se ve todo encerrado, ¿por qué no afuera?
Arrived in the factory of olive oil, Laur. Currently number 1, mondial, so worldwide.
Toma.
Exportados a las prensas que están ahí.
Mira, el carozo de la aceituna.
El carozo también era molido sí, también porque se extrae aceite. Okay, so this is a stone mill. So once we collected all the olives, we put them here under this big stone. So they turn like into a kind of paste, another paste. That other paste, we place it on these capachos or heavy discs. And then we add another layer of capacho and then again olive paste until we form like a tower. The tower goes right there on those cars. And then the cars were transported inside the museum where we have the presses.
Okay.
Yes?
Eso tiene como una canilla, pareciera. ¿O qué es eso que sale para?
Sí. Como una canilla,
Una
sí,
canilla,
sí, exacto. Era un método bastante rudimentario y la particularidad que tenía letras de concreto donde cada una se va a llenar con aceite de oliva. Podemos ver ahí varias prensas. Estas de acá que son más grandes resaltan, son de España, dice Alicante, allá arriba son como de 1900 y pico. Ahí dice 1900. The first one was completely full of olive oil, so then we would add some water. It needs the water to help to separate. The olive oil stays at top. Through that little hole that you see there, the olive oil overflows to the second concrete pour. And we do it like 4 times.
4 times. Yeah.
And then we take this from there, we take the water.
Okay.
Take out the water, yes?
Okay.
It takes 3 hours from the beginning to the end.
Oh, better.
Yeah, it's better.
Faster.
Yeah, and the difference that with the old method is that here we add heat.
Heat. Okay.
Yeah, so we do the milling here, for example, in this square machine at 25-30 degrees.
Okay.
And that's better to facilitate the extraction of olive oil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When we get the olive oil, we store them here in those stainless tanks. We add some nitrogen to take out all the oxygen because
Okay.
the oxygen deteriorates the olive,
Okay.
the olive oil.
Okay.
This is kind of a component that is extremely healthy for the body. This is kind of like the premium version that they sell. You're gonna see this in this yellow version, and when we go, it has like this little box. They created this olive oil specifically for autistic people.
Why?
Because he mentions that isn't like an extra to their diet to make their
Okay.
a bit better their symptoms of,
Okay.
because that is the, I don't know how to say that in English, but that is the most healthiest part of the olive.
Okay. Interesting. big. A lot of olive trees. Let's have a look. So this is a very old tree, 1889. Wow. And still alive. Amazing.